Breaking news on First at 4, a school lockdown at Central High School in Phoenix as police respond in full force to the situation.
We are still actively checking room by room, building by building, floor by floor.
No students and staff have been hurt, but right now, law enforcement along with school leaders still working together to try to piece exactly what happened.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for First at 4. I'm Tram Mai.
I'm Jonathan McCall, and tonight for Mark Curtis. Here is what we know about so far about the lockdown at Phoenix's Central High School. Officers were called to the school for a report of possible shots fired. That then prompted a lockdown of the campus along with several other schools in the area. During a briefing that happened in just the last few hours, police say they have not found any evidence that any guns were ever fired at the school. Right now, the good news in all of this, students and staff members are indeed safe as this investigation continues.
And we have live team coverage for you from the scene this afternoon. Erica Stapleton is speaking with parents and students reuniting after they were told that they could go leave campus.
But our team coverage begins with Team 12's Colleen Sakura live tonight with the new details. Investigators releasing at this hour. Colleen.
Yeah, the biggest piece of news that we have right now is that police are still here in Central High School, although their presence is significantly reduced from earlier today. But they have found no evidence of a shooting, no weapons, and say they're not looking for any specific suspects right now. We're told that they still have some classrooms of students that they're working to get out. They're working room by room to make sure that those students are safe and secure. Students have been escorted out class by class. That's out of an abundance of caution and reunited with their parents at Steele Indian School Park. Now, at this point, police say they'll be doing another search with investigators to look into any crimes that may have occurred. But at this point, again, there is no evidence of a shooting at Central High's campus. Now, police say the only injuries here today that happened were unrelated, and one person had a hand injury and 3 others had heat-related injuries. Now, still, when I arrived on scene, parents were very concerned about what was happening inside, given the police presence. And one mom tells me her son, who's a sophomore, texted her saying that the lockdown seemed serious.
See all these, it just, scare me, I just want to, make sure all the kids in there are safe, plus my kid, hopefully, after these, the school will, increase, security measurement or something like that, because we don't want to see this again, we don't want to hear anything like that again,
Now, there was a lockdown at Central High just last week. Police say it doesn't appear that the 2 lockdowns are related, but we are expecting to hear both from police and Phoenix Union High School District. Phoenix Union High School District just announcing that they will be having a press conference here in the next half hour, and so we will bring you those updates as well. We're live in Phoenix. Colleen Sakura, 12 News.
Colleen, thank you. We want to continue our live team coverage with reaction from families affected by this situation from Team 12's Erica Stapleton. Erica?
Hey, Tram. So we are about a block and a half south of the school at Glen Rosa and Central, right across from Steele Indian School Park. This is where police say that parents and students were supposed to be reuniting, and about an hour ago, this was still a sea of people. So within the past hour, a lot of students have been released and reunited. You can see there's very few people over in this area right now. Phoenix police still have a little bit roped off over here, and just within the past couple of minutes, they have stopped directing traffic. So it looks like the traffic flow is going as it was prior to this incident today. But earlier we were out here when a lot of parents were very frustrated, very worried, and very confused as to what was happening. So we got out here probably around 1 o'clock, and there were some parents trickling in. They say a lot of them were able to get a hold of their students before they heard from the district or from police. And they said, hey, we're in this lockdown. We might not be out for a while. We don't know what's happening, but making that contact, of course, was reassuring. But it was a couple hours for many parents and guardians as they waited out here today. And we did start to see some students trickling out around 2 o'clock. Some of them were able to get out sooner, and then others were stuck in that lockdown situation. But as of about 20 minutes ago, Phoenix police tweeted that the high school is all clear. That means all of the students should be cleared out and hopefully reunited with their families. Here's what some of those parents shared with us earlier tonight.
He told me that he loved me, that he was scared, but he feels safe because there was a police officer outside already. So that gave him some relief and also gave me some relief.
Scary. It's the unknown. Obviously, it's a little less because we know that they're okay, but like I said, you're never going to feel okay until they're right in front of you.
And that woman right there, her name was Whitney. She is a parent. Hopefully you are seeing some video right now of her reuniting with her students. At this point, her daughter came out, but she was still waiting on her son. You can see that group there. They were relieved to be outside, but again, once they realized there was no threat inside the school, a lot of them had relief while they were still in that lockdown situation. Now back out here again at Glen Rosa and Central Avenue. This again was the reunification spot, and it seems that a lot of that has already happened at this hour. Tram?
Erica, obviously we heard a lot from those worried parents. How are the students feeling?
Of the students we were able to talk to, a lot of them, again, were relieved to finally get outside, especially the ones that were locked down in the school for hours. But again, once they realized that there wasn't a threat at the school, as you heard, one of those parents said that her son, there was an officer there. It sounds like that officers were relaying any information to students. Everything seemed like it was okay on campus. And once they realized that no one was hurt, some of that pressure was eased. But again, it's a troubling situation. As that one parent said, you don't really know they're totally safe until they're right in front of you. So a lot of worry today. But again, overall, no one was hurt. So that's the good thing about this. We'll have more coming up at 5 o'clock from students. For now, we're live in Phoenix. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
So glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
All right, Erica, thank you. We are continuing to gather new information on this developing story at Central High School. Stay with 12 News on air and online throughout the night as this situation continues to unfold.
More